Hello, welcome back, beautiful people, to my tiny channel. As always, unscripted, unprepared and uncut. Quick disclaimer, everything you hear is my own opinion. I don't know anything. Do whatever you want, don't quote me. Now, today's topic is food along the Camino. Where to eat, what to eat, why. But first of all, I want to show you something slightly odd. You know, on my first Camino 2015, I got a Certificado de Distancia. You know, this official document where they state how many kilometers you've walked. And I noticed that only 1 year later, when I wanted to frame this document to put it on the wall. And this is the document. And as you see, when you look closely to the date, it says that I started the Camino. In fact, I walked the Camino from 27th of April until May 30. So 33 days, 34 days, yeah. But the document, they made a mistake in the date. And they wrote, I started May 27 and arrived at Santiago May 30. Means I got the official document that I walked 775 kilometers in only 4 days. Try to top that. Anyway, let's talk about food. Now, as you know, I'm not a good example for anything or anyone. And yeah, somebody asked me what I eat when I'm walking. Well, let me tell you one thing. For me, I don't know, food is a very important issue. Food is not only for your body, but it is also for your mind. And in Germany, we say eating and drinking holds together body and mind, more or less. And yeah, for me, I prefer not eating anything before I eat something bad. Got it? Now, when I'm hiking at home, let's say 30K, 6 or 7 hours, in general, I only take, I don't know, 2 or 3 muesli bars. And yeah, that's it. And you know, you always have to take into account that 1 kilogram of body fat, and I still have some, represent 7,000 kilocalories. Means you could even walk an entire day on the Camino without eating anything. Maybe lose 1 kilo of weight. It's not a big deal. So what I want to say is, when I walk the Camino, maybe I have breakfast at the albergue, maybe not. Most of the times not. Or I walk another, sometimes 4 hours for my first break to have a breakfast. And yeah, to answer the question, I do not eat any snacks in between. It's not that I don't like to eat snacks while walking. It's just let's say, I'm lazy. I'm lazy buying this stuff, you know. When I walk and let's say there's a tent or a van or somebody put up a table with fruit for donativo, I take it. Or if somebody offers me some sweets, I take it. But I don't buy it. It's not that I don't want to pay for it. No, that's not an issue. It's just many times when I tried to, let's say, I buy something for the walk tomorrow, I forget that I have it. And then 2 days later, I throw it away. Anyway, when I start, either breakfast at the albergue or breakfast at the first stop possible. And yeah, not eating for me is not a big issue. Problem for me is start walking without a coffee. And if I didn't have any coffee in the morning, don't talk to me before my first coffee. Otherwise you'll die. But, you know, when I walk, I'll have a break every 2 hours, the latest. And depending on the time, I'll have another café con leche, zumo de naranja, or a beer. And I have, I don't know, for breakfast, Napolitano, you know, a croissant with chocolate, or ham and eggs, or some later, tortilla de patata and a beer. It's perfect. You know, I do not need anything in between, because I know latest in 2 hours I can have something. And yeah, if you don't want to go for a break, have some snacks, you have to buy something. Fruit is always nice. Let's say apple or peaches or whatever. It's also good against thirst. And some nuts, high in protein and calories. It's good energy. But it's not for me. Now, when you get to your destination, and most of the time you can get food at the albergue. But on the other hand, there are also, most of the time, restaurants and bars when you can have food. And I highly recommend to choose wisely what you do. The worst experience, food-wise, I have made at albergues. And yeah, you must understand that you get a 3-course meal, including wine, for let's say 10 euros. And the albergues themselves, they don't have much money, because pilgrims don't leave much money. And yeah, the food is not always very fresh or very delicious. Eat it, shut up, go to bed. On the other hand, when you go to a restaurant, they also serve pilgrim menu, let's say for 10 euros. Or menu del dia, sometimes a little more sophisticated. Maybe you pay 12 euros or 14 euros. But in general, it's more or less fresh and delicious. One thing, And if you're vegetarian or vegan, Spain slowly gets onto that track, but in general you have, no, let's say, some problems. You know, the restaurants are not well prepared for vegans or vegetarians. Sometimes you can have a mixed salad, but it's not very spectacular, and that's it. So, if you need something special for your needs, you have to buy your stuff at the supermarket, and then, yeah, prepare your meal yourself. And many albergues have kitchens, but it can happen that although they have a kitchen, for whatever reason you cannot use it. Or when they have a kitchen and you can use it, you're not the only one who uses the kitchen. And let me tell you one thing. People in general are selfish and nasty. Even on the Camino, even pilgrims. But anyway, I sometimes cooked at the albergue, not this year, but the Caminos before. And it can be fun. It's nice. And you can choose what you eat, and you are sure that the stuff that you eat is fresh. You know. Now, the most, no, not the most. What you, let's say that way. What you eat most on the Camino is tortilla de patata. You can eat tortilla for breakfast, for lunch, even sometimes for dinner as a first course. And it's nice. Tortilla de patata is nice. Good energy. But you have to be careful because, especially in the summer months when it's warm, tortilla de patata consists of potatoes and eggs. And that's it. And you know, eggs in the summer when it's warm can be a little difficult. So when you go, let's say, eating tortilla on purpose, think about where you go. Look at the counter, and if you have the feeling that this tortilla is lying there already for several hours, maybe you should choose something different, maybe bocadillo, whatever. Because when there's one thing you do not want to have on the Camino, it's a diarrhea. I'm lucky, I never had diarrhea on the Camino, but I heard of some people. And can you imagine while, let's say, walking the Mercedes and you have to go for a shit and there's no place to hide, no tree, no bush, no nothing? No, I don't want to think about it. Now, there are definitely some albergues on the Camino where you can get excellent food. But the problem with the food the albergues is you cannot see from the outside what you get in the evening. You know, when you ask the hospitalero, how about the dinner, is it good? Oh, it's excellent, it's perfect. The last time an hospitalero said that to me, I had for a starter and paella, not for a starter, second course, paella, and was, I don't know, a color between orange and green, and it was like I don't know, when you were eating, it was like your mouth was instantly rotting inside. It was, I got no diarrhea or anything else, but that was horrible. I tell you. On the other hand, there are burgers like, yeah, let's say Horizon or La Rebolera in Fonfria or Rutelan. Awesome food. Fresh food is good, but you know, you don't see it from the outside. And sometimes the most rundown houses have the best food. It is what it is. What I definitely can tell you is, wherever you go, if it's an albergue or a restaurant, never choose pasta as a starter, as a first course. No, never. Spanish people are excellent cooks, but there's two things that they cannot do. It is pasta and sausages. These two things are very nasty. Pasta in particular, in general, they are, when you order spaghetti, they are broken in small pieces and they are cooked, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes, and then they are kept warm, and when there's something left, they put it in the fridge for the next day, make it warm another time, and when you have it on the plate, it's like you can suck it through a straw. It's disgusting. I don't find anything else, but it's disgusting. And no matter how much you pay for it or where you get it, albergue, restaurant, whatever, never go for pasta. Except you go for an Italian restaurant. Italian restaurant, maybe talk to the people inside. If there's Italian people inside, good pasta and good pizza. But for Spanish people, go for local specialties. I made the best experience every time when I ordered something that I didn't know what it was. And yeah, you know, when you're in the middle, let's say Castilla or Navarra, meat is awesome. Now when you come to Galicia, excellent seafood. And yeah, try some stuff that you don't know. Whatever. Now, take care for what you eat. And you know, I prefer eating a lot of stuff almost until I die of suffocation for dinner. And then maybe something light, small for breakfast, or even walk 3 or 4 hours till the first breakfast break. Good eating is very important, not only for your body, also for your mind. And don't go for a diet, because you lose a lot of energy while walking. I think at least 3,000 calories on top of your normal usage. Anyways, quick Corona update. Now, I don't know how it is about in your country, but Germany declared Spain again as a high incidence area. Means for German people, if you're on the way now, or if you plan to walk short term, means when you want to go back to Germany, 10 days quarantine. Except you're vaccinated. Yeah, that's the way it is. So if you're vaccinated, you don't have many problems. You can get into Spain, can get back home, not a big deal. And I believe that wouldn't change much in the near future, even if cases are rising worse. I think if you're vaccinated, they don't make you any problems. So if you're already vaccinated, if you're not, let's say if you do not want or you can't for whatever reason, it is what it is. Anyway, don't lose hope. Remember, whenever you really wish something, universe will take care for that and will make your wishes come true. That being said, until next week, don't know what I do. We'll see. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned. One Camino.